my goodness, hello, my name's Charlie, nice to meet you. In one of my last videos, Kevin wrote,
Oh, since we're on the subject of insects, what makes a stink bug stink so hard?
Kevin, my man, thank you so much for your question. Let's get into it. Bam. This is a stink bug. People also call them shield bugs because if you look at the back, it's kind of in the shape of like a medieval shield. So if you see a bug in the wild that has like a shieldish back, it's probably a stink bug. Stink bugs are super interesting. They've pretty much conquered the entire world. This is where they live in these highlighted areas. So if you live there, keep an eye out. You might find a stink bug. And there are a lot of different kinds of stink bugs. There's like green ones and brown ones and ones that look like this and this and this and this. Very cool. First question, do stink bugs actually stink? Answer, yes. Kind of, sometimes. Stink bugs sometimes stink and sometimes they don't. 3 follow-up questions then. When do they stink? Why do they stink? And how do they stink? Yes, very interesting. We have when, why, and how stink bugs stink. Let's start with the when and why. That's a nice place to begin. Goodbye. Usually stink bugs smell like ordinary bugs. They only stink when it's advantageous to their survival. So they like strategically use their stink to protect themselves from predators. It's what super fancy biologists call a defense mechanism, aka an anti-predator behavior. Or if those just are complicated, just think about it like it's something that the animal uses to make sure it doesn't get eaten. But animals have like all sorts of defense mechanisms. You can think of a turtle's shell, makes it much more difficult to chew.
Defense mechanism.
Or some lizards can shed their tails to distract a predator while they make a quick runaway.
Defense mechanism number 2.
Or some owls camouflage into their environment so a predator can't even spot them.
Defense mechanism number 3.
But what about a stink bug? What's their defense mechanism? Well, this is how that situation would shake out. Stink bug, enjoying its day. Predator, looking for a meal. I'm gonna eat this stink bug. Stink bug secretes a bunch of chemicals that make it smell disgusting. The predator's like, oh my gosh, you smell so bad. I'm not gonna eat you anymore just because you're so disgusting. And the stink bug's like, fine, I won't. That was my intention. Fine, fine. Bye. Bye. Victory to the stink bug. Boom, wonderful. So that's when and why stink bugs stink. When they're in danger or under attack, and why, to protect themselves against a predator. Fantastic. Now let's talk about how. How does the stink come about, right? Well, to answer this question, let's flip this bad boy over and take a look under the hood, shall we? Bam. Brilliant. This is the underside of a stink bug, and these 2 arrows are pointing to the location of 2 very small scent glands located right behind those middle legs. These scent glands secrete different chemicals known as aldehydes. What a beautiful word. Wonderful. If you took chemistry, they look a little something like this. And if you didn't take chemistry, don't worry about it. Supposedly these aldehydes smell super terrible. Some people describe it as smelling like coriander. And if you don't know what coriander smells like, I don't either. So let's go with a different description. Other people describe it as smelling like rancid almonds, which I can kind of imagine, but also not really. So if those descriptions don't really make sense to you the way they don't make sense to me, I don't know how to describe the smell. I wish I could do better, but I cannot. But anyways, that answers the question of how the stink comes about, right? They have 2 tiny little scent glands behind their middle legs, which secrete aldehydes, which are super smelly and smell terrible. Fantastic. Bam, bam, bam. We have done it. We have answered when they smell, why they smell, and how they smell, right? Pretty much closing the book on stink bugs. P.S. If you live in Mexico, India, Laos, Malawi, or Papua New Guinea, apparently they eat these things as like snacks and parts of meals. They eat stink bugs. So if you've ever eaten one before, let me know what it tastes like, because that would be similarly interesting. Or if you smell coriander, let us know what coriander smells like, because I don't cook a lot, and I don't plan on smelling coriander soon. Wow, what a stinky episode. Hey, do you know what doesn't stink? Oh, the fresh new batch of patrons who have donated to my Patreon page. They smell wonderful. I'm talking about Matt Heckman. I'm talking about Katie Janecki Soltez. I don't know if I said your last name right, I'm sorry. Jojo Kim. Kevin Estes. Yes! Patreon's a place where you can support creators by donating $1 or $2 a month in exchange for some super awesome perks like being part of this outstanding crew, having your name at the end of the videos. Let's add you to the rest of the list. Bam, the list has been updated. All of these wonderful people have donated to my Patreon and thusly have made it possible for this video and all of the other ones to exist. Thank you, patrons. Alright, so if that's something that interests you or you'd like to support this channel, bam, click here to go to the Patreon page. Bam, click here to subscribe, that would be similarly helpful. Or here's a brand spanking new video, fresh off the press, ready for viewing with your eyeballs. So feel free to watch that one next. Thanks so much and see you later.